Excess body weight is more than a cosmetic or metabolic issue. It is a silent accelerator of cognitive decline, a risk factor that quietly erodes memory, attention, and executive function over time. Weight gain, particularly when it reaches the level of obesity, has been repeatedly linked to structural and functional changes in the brain. People who carry excess fat, especially visceral fat around the abdomen, are at higher risk of developing insulin resistance, chronic inflammation, and vascular dysfunction, all of which compromise the delicate neural networks responsible for learning, memory, and decision-making. Unlike minor memory lapses that might occur sporadically with age, obesity-related cognitive decline is cumulative and insidious, slowly reshaping the brain's ability to process and retain information. The warning signs may appear subtle at first. You might notice difficulty recalling names or recent events, trouble maintaining focus, or mental sluggishness after meals. Over time, the combination of excess weight and metabolic stress can accelerate brain aging, causing reductions in hippocampal volume, impairments in the prefrontal cortex, and disruptions in the communication between neural networks. The consequences are not limited to forgetfulness. Attention, problem-solving ability, emotional regulation, and even social cognition are affected. The brain, like the body, suffers when energy balance is disrupted. Excess fat produces inflammatory cytokines that penetrate the blood-brain barrier, creating a state of chronic neuroinflammation. This inflammation damages synapses, the connection points between neurons, and accelerates neuronal death, weakening the brain's ability to form and retain memories. Obesity also impairs the brain's vascular system. Excess adipose tissue promotes atherosclerosis, hypertension, and reduced cerebrovascular perfusion. The hippocampus, the seat of memory formation, is particularly vulnerable to reduced blood flow. Even small reductions in oxygen and nutrient delivery can compromise synaptic plasticity, slow neurogenesis, and make the brain more susceptible to degenerative changes. In practical terms, this means that simple tasks such as recalling a phone number, following multi-step instructions, or concentrating on work may become increasingly difficult. If these warning signs are ignored, they can evolve into mild cognitive impairment or increase the likelihood of Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia later in life. Insulin resistance, commonly associated with obesity, further compounds the risk. When the brain's neurons cannot properly utilize glucose due to impaired insulin signaling, they experience energy deficits that interfere with memory formation and cognitive processing. This metabolic dysfunction can manifest as brain fog, mental fatigue, or even anxiety and mood disturbances. Chronic overconsumption of sugar and refined carbohydrates, often contributing to weight gain, creates repeated spikes and crashes in blood glucose, leading to oxidative stress and inflammation that damage neuronal structures. Over the years, this combination of metabolic dysfunction, vascular compromise, and inflammation creates an environment that is hostile to cognitive health, quietly eroding mental sharpness and resilience. The negative trajectory of obesity-related cognitive decline is further amplified by lifestyle factors. Sedentary behavior, poor sleep, and stress all interact with excess weight to weaken the brain's defenses. Lack of exercise diminishes neurotrophic support, molecules like BDNF that encourage the growth of new neurons and strengthen synaptic connections, while chronic stress elevates cortisol, exacerbating hippocampal vulnerability. Sleep deprivation, which is common in obesity due to sleep apnea or other metabolic disturbances, impairs the brain's ability to consolidate memories and clear toxic proteins. Together, these factors form a feedback loop where weight gain, metabolic stress, and lifestyle habits reinforce each other, accelerating both physical and cognitive decline. Prevention requires a holistic and consistent approach. Diet is a cornerstone. A Mediterranean-style diet, rich in extra virgin olive oil, nuts, whole grains, fruits, vegetables, and moderate fish intake, offers multiple neuroprotective benefits. Healthy fats from olive oil and nuts provide essential fatty acids that preserve neuronal membranes and support neurotransmission, while polyphenol in fruits and vegetables reduce oxidative stress and neuroinflammation. Whole grains stabilize blood sugar, preventing insulin spikes that can damage neurons, while fish supplies omega-3 fatty acids that are critical for synaptic plasticity and cognitive resilience. Avoiding processed foods, sugary snacks, and excessive saturated fats is equally important, as these contribute to inflammation, vascular damage, and weight gain. Regular physical activity complements dietary interventions by supporting both systemic and brain health. Aerobic exercise improves cerebral blood flow, oxygen delivery, and glucose metabolism, reducing the risk of insulin resistance and vascular dysfunction. Resistance training preserves muscle mass, improves metabolic efficiency, and stimulates the release of growth factors that promote neurogenesis. Exercise also lowers stress hormone levels, improves sleep quality, and enhances mood, all critical factors in maintaining cognitive function. Even moderate, consistent activity, such as brisk walking, cycling, or swimming, can significantly slow age-related cognitive decline and help maintain weight within a healthy range. Maintaining a healthy body weight is thus not just about appearance or cardiovascular health. It is central to preserving mental acuity. Studies show that individuals who achieve a healthy weight through diet and exercise experience better memory performance, slower cognitive aging, and reduced risk of dementia compared with those who remain obese. Importantly, these interventions can be effective even in midlife, demonstrating the brain's capacity for recovery and plasticity if metabolic stress is addressed before severe neuronal loss occurs. Ignoring the cognitive risks associated with obesity is dangerous because the consequences accumulate silently over years. Memory lapses become more frequent, focus deteriorates, and complex problem-solving becomes challenging. Social interactions may suffer as attention wanes, frustration rises, and motivation declines. Emotional regulation is often compromised, with irritability and mood swings emerging alongside cognitive difficulties. The combination of physical, metabolic, and neurological stress creates a perfect storm for accelerated brain aging, yet the warning signs, subtle lapses in memory, slower thinking, mental fatigue, are often dismissed as normal, aging rather than the red flags they truly are. Ultimately, preventing obesity-related memory decline requires an integrated strategy. Adopting a Mediterranean-style diet, maintaining consistent physical activity, managing stress, and prioritizing quality sleep are essential. Tracking weight, focusing on body composition rather than scale numbers alone, and addressing lifestyle factors that contribute to metabolic dysfunction can safeguard both physical and cognitive health. Early recognition and proactive intervention are crucial. The brain is remarkably resilient, but it cannot withstand chronic metabolic and inflammatory assault indefinitely. Each pound of excess weight increases not only cardiovascular and metabolic burden, but also the hidden, cumulative risk of memory loss. Protecting the brain starts with protecting the body, and the cost of inaction is far greater than any inconvenience that lifestyle changes might require.